What's up, Davis fam? Welcome back to our channel. It is your girl Hunter, and it is late, and I am back with another video. So, I cannot sleep. I don't know what is wrong with me. I just got a shower, maybe like a half hour ago. It's probably like 12 o'clock at night. I'm just like up, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna make a video. So that's what I did. Let's just get into this video. But yeah, you can probably see from the title what this is going to be about. Obviously it's about detoxing in jail, and what does it look like? What is it like? Like, you know, just all the questions some people might have. I know when I was standing in that courtroom and he said that I'm setting your bail to $100,000, and of course we could not come up with that. You don't have to come up with 100,000, but I think I had to come up with 10,000. There's no way. So obviously I had to sit in there. My heart dropped, and I had no idea what I was in for. I didn't know what was gonna happen. I didn't know what jail was like, period, let alone knowing I was gonna detox in there. So literally, the one rehab, I did a story time, so if you didn't watch that video, go check it out. But yeah, the rehab I've been to several times. Every time I would go there, I would start detoxing, and I just remember sitting on the toilet in rehab, like about to take a shower or something, and just feeling that sickness, and the chills would go up me and just up my spine, and I just remember feeling like that was like rock bottom. Like that feeling, I can't describe the feeling that I got, but it's like it still sticks with me to this day. Like, I am telling you, when I sit on the toilet sometimes, I just think about how, like, I can just like feel, like not feel it, but I just remember it like it was yesterday, and I can't describe the feeling. But people that have been through the sickness know what I'm talking about. But I don't know why I always remember that, but I do. But anyway, so I definitely know what withdrawal is like. I just didn't know what it would be like in jail, because I know in rehab they give you stuff for it. So they try to make you as comfortable as possible when you're withdrawing. So, but when I went to jail, I was in the courtroom or whatever, and I walked out to the cop car. He let me say goodbye to my dad and stuff, and he let me smoke a cigarette. And then I walked into DCP, and I just remember feeling like so low, scared, sick, just disgusted. Like, I just thank God every day that I didn't have kids, because I don't know what I would do if like something would happen and I would go to jail, because I know how much I love my kids, and like if I would get taken away from them, like when I talk about it I could cry, because I just couldn't imagine how I got on this. But I just thought about it for some reason. Like, my kids are everything to me, and I am with them 24/7. Like, there's not a minute I'm not with them, and if there is a minute, they're with my dad while I run to the store, or they're with Tyler while I run to the store. Like, I literally will bath them and then sit them on the freaking bathroom floor, get them something to play with, and then I will take a bath. And me, like, going to the bathroom, I don't do that, like, by myself anymore. But I want to make a video, stay-at-home mom, what it's like. And I think Jessica Kent did that, which I watch her. I really want to do that. So, when I walked in, I just remember feeling that feeling, and they, you know, do all their stuff, search you, make you take your clothes off, humiliate you, you know, all that good stuff. And then I sat in a holding cell for probably an hour, and at this point I was still a little high, you know, because I used before court, but I knew it was going to come down. and I ended up falling asleep in the holding cell, which I wanted to punch myself in the face when I woke up, because I was like, oh my god, now my high's gonna be gone a little bit, like I need to make it last as long as possible. But yeah, so anyway, after long hours, I finally go back to the quarantine block, okay? And you literally walked in, and it was a big room with like metal benches, and then like, so like if you walk in, there was, you know, a room with benches, and then against the back wall was all the cells. So there was a top tier and a bottom tier. There might have been 1, 2, 3, like 5 cells. They took me into the cell. Well, the first time I went, okay, I detoxed both times. The second time not as hard because I wasn't using as much, but the first time I went in, I was using like a lot. Like as much as I could get my hands on. But the first time I went in, they were completely packed. So they brought all these bunks out in the middle of the room. So some people, well, most people were in cells, and there was like 5 or 6 or 7 of us on these cots in just the middle of the day room. And I mean, it was kind of better than being in a cell because we could walk around. Like they would let us walk the perimeter of the room and do stuff like that. But so I remember my first day there, the food I could not eat. And like when you're new, like everyone loves you because they know you're not going to eat, you know, you're still new. You're like, ew, I'm not touching that. That's disgusting. But honey, when you're there like more than a couple days, you will devour it because you get so freaking hungry. And my mom did put money on my books, but I didn't get it at first, and it took a while. So like I went probably through 2 commissaries without getting anything. And to see all these like women like have peanut butter cups and ramen noodles and chips and, you know, cheese sticks and beef jerky, like just everything, I'm like watering at the mouth. I'm like, oh my god. But some of them, when I got over to the block, some of them were nice enough, and you only get commissary over on the block. So when I was in quarantine, everyone just ate their food. But anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. So when you're in quarantine, if you are detoxing, you are there 5 to 7 days, okay? If you're not detoxing and you just go into jail and you don't need to detox, you are there probably 2 to 3 days, just to make sure like you don't have any MRSA, like you don't have anything like that. So, and I didn't know anything about jail, so I'm like, yes, I'm detoxing, I'm gonna withdraw. Well, when I went to the block, they were like, no, you don't say you're withdrawing. Like, you know, they don't give you anything anyway. Well, I didn't know that. So I wanted them to know, like, hey, I need stuff. I'm freaking withdrawing. Well, they don't do nothing. Like, the freaking, I don't know what they gave me. I think they give you... in rehab, it's called, I forget what they call it in rehab, like, it's like at the tip of my tongue and I can't freaking think of it, but it's like, it's medication. It's not like Suboxone or methadone or anything like that. It's just like a medication for like your symptoms, okay? So let's talk about symptoms when you're detoxing. So your symptoms are like, you get restless leg syndrome, you get, obviously you want to freaking puke, you get like diarrhea, hard freaking core, you get just chills, the runny nose, the yawning, the freaking watery eyes. And like some people are like, well, why can't you just go through the sickness and then you'll be done? Like, it's not like the flu, you know, like this is so much more freaking intense. And if I could have just went through it and then been like, okay, I'm done, I'm good now, like I would have. And it's not about being like strong-minded and like, oh, well, I won't get addicted because I have a strong mind. No, honey, you just don't have an addictive personality. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know what all my subscribers believe, and anyone can believe what they want to believe. I just know that I am a recovering addict, and it was not my choice. It was my choice to pick it up. Yes, it was, okay? I was stupid. I did that. But it was not my choice to keep going. It was not my choice to keep doing the things that I did. It was not my choice to hurt my family. It was not my choice to almost die. It was not my choice. Like, I didn't want to keep doing it. But something in me made me. Like, I don't know. It was weird. Anyway, off topic again. So, yes, they give you these pills, okay? It's just to help the symptoms out. It's not like Suboxone that's going to make you freaking better and like you're up and walking. So the next day they freaking gave them to me and I ended up puking all of them up. I couldn't put nothing down. I couldn't drink water. I couldn't eat. I couldn't take the pills. I was to the point where I was almost picking the pills out of my puke just to get something in me because I was dying to just make something be relieved. Okay, I puked all in my hair. You know what they did? The guard came down, threw a mop at me and said, there you go, clean it up. That's what they do. So I had no comfort, like nothing. Like I had nothing. Okay, so I kept throwing up the pills. I mean, after the third, fourth day, maybe I started keeping down the pills. And I started to get a little better. And then you finally go to the block after 5 to 7 days. So, yeah, I went to the block. And I mean, I still had like diarrhea and some of the symptoms. But I didn't have like what I had at the beginning. So, let me just tell you, it freaking sucks. Detoxing in jail is the worst thing you could freaking imagine. You think detoxing at a rehab is bad? Like, honey, that's cake. Detoxing at a rehab is freaking cake. Because they give you, like, I know most places give you Suboxone, but some places will give you methadone. I've only been to rehabs that gave me Suboxone, or Subutex. But yeah, that is like a piece of cake because you're taking something to relieve the sickness. Now, yes, I mean, it's not like you feel nothing, like nothing at all. But the things that you feel is like really like little. You know what I'm saying? And especially the first day, like you're going to feel more. So like when you go to rehab, you're obviously high. They won't give you a dose that night. They'll wait till the next day. So that when you wake up in the morning, like I said in the last video, you have to do like a chart, okay? So they'll ask you how sick you are, how this. They score you. If you don't score high enough, they cannot give you your medication. And people freak out. Like, people freak the fuck out if they don't get their medication. Okay, well, the Suboxone, because at this point, when you wake up, you're going to be sick. Yes, you might not be sick to their standards, but you're sick. So people will freak out. And I had to do that too, because they were not giving it to me. And it was like, it was almost that night, okay, on the second day that they still did not give it. And I said, I'm leaving if you don't give me the freaking Suboxone. I did not come here to withdraw by myself. I came here for you to help me. So they finally gave it to me, but I just want you guys to know it's not worth it. And if anyone young is watching or anything, please, please, please stay away from it. Stay away from any drug out there. Like, it is not freaking worth it. Like, I look back and I'm like, really? Like, why did I like it so much? Because now I'm like, I was freaking stupid. Like, it's not even that good. Like, life is not even bad. Like, life is freaking amazing. And I literally wasted so much time being freaking just a zombie and literally going after one thing. Like, I was freaking programmed just to do one thing, and that was get high. That's what my body did. And I can't believe I wasted all that time. Can't believe it. But, like I said, I don't take anything back because I wouldn't have met Tyler. I wouldn't have had kids, I don't think. Like, everything had to happen for what I have now. You know what I'm saying? Just know that if you are out there struggling right now, if you want to comment or DM me, just please put it in the comments and I will, I don't know, talk to you or whatever. I don't know. But if you're struggling, like, feel free to comment. Just say, hey, can I DM you? Or whatever the case may be. Just know that you can freaking do it. You can. And there's so much out here in life. There's so much in life that, you know, is so much better than getting a high. I do these stories because I want you to know how horrible it is and what I went through. And if you have any questions or you want to see any story times, just let me know down below. I want to do a story time about lockdown when you're in jail. What is it like? What happens? Because when I was in, they had a lockdown for like a week and a half straight. So it was not fun. So stay tuned for that video. But I love you so much. Thank you for watching. And just as always, if you have any questions or want to see anything, comment down below. Because I want to know what you guys think. But I love you and I will see you in the next one.